Hey everybody, Hebrew Hulk here. So me and a bunch of buddies drove down to Lethbridge. This is my buddy Ryan and my buddy Craig in the shadows back there. Wow, it looks like you're really dark back there. He's very dark and brooding. We're here at Tranquility Float Center. We're going to do our first ever sensory deprivation tanks. So we're going to go in for 90 minutes. So yeah, not quite sure what to experience, but let's go talk to the owner. Alright everybody, so here we are inside the Tranquility Float Spot with my good buddy Zach Marine, who's going to basically tell us what we're going through today and what we're going to be experiencing.
Hello. So my name is Zach. Basically you guys are all going to be experiencing sensory deprivation in what's called our dream pods. So basically a dream pod is filled with 1,100 pounds of salt and 11 inches high of water. Each pod is about 8 feet long by about 6 feet wide, so they're pretty big. And because there's 1,100 pounds of salt in there, you float no problem. You can even sleep in there. Yeah, basically, it's pretty easy. And yeah, so sensory deprivation is basically no light, no sound, and no feeling of the physical body. So we heat the water to skin temperature, which is roughly 34-35 degrees Celsius. So eventually your body matches the water and the air temperature, and you lose all sensation of kind of the physical body, I guess. Yeah, and basically the benefits of sensory deprivation and floating are, because you're in 1,100 pounds, it's basically an anti-gravity environment. So there's no pressure points on the body, the joints, the bones, so it alleviates a lot of pain, helps balance any kind of endorphins in the brain, things like that. So it's great for any kind of anxiety, PTSD disorders. So yeah.
Awesome. And do you want us to give the address of this place in case anybody here wants to come in?
Yeah, so we're located at number 1, 553 40th Street South, Lethbridge, Alberta. Basically behind the casino and dealerships on the south side over here. So.
For anybody looking to come in, there's also a website. Is it tranquilityfloatspot.ca? Tranquilityfloat.ca, where you can book all your appointments online. That's how we did it. Alright, so I guess we're going into the rooms now. Alright, so here in my float tank, here's the black one, because I specially requested it. Can we go down and see the white one too, just for the camera? Alright, going down the hall for the white one. As my friends mock me for filming. And grab my butt apparently. These are beautiful.
So are they all the same model other than color?
Yeah, basically identical tanks.
Wow. I don't know what you guys think. This is just amazing right now.
Looks wet.
Thanks, Craig. Alright, so I'll talk to you guys after I'm done. So it's been a couple days since my float. The original plan was to do a video right as we came out of the tanks, but I just felt really calm and relaxed and didn't want to bring it up. So I'll kind of tell you my whole experience. I hope to tell you my friends' experience too. I'd like to get them on film as well. Hopefully they can tell you themselves later down the road, but for right now we'll just do mine. So after I stopped filming, Zach told us a couple more information, like, you know, you go into your room, strip down, get in the shower quickly, just kind of wash all your oils off your body. One thing he did mention to me that I really neglected, I wish I hadn't, is that if you have any recent cuts or anything like that, to cover them in some Vaseline they provided for you. And I had this cut on my arm, which I'm not sure if you guys can exactly see. It's pretty healed now. But after about 15-20 minutes in the pod, it just started to sting. So I had to get back out and cover with Vaseline. But aside from that, so I got in the pod. They walk us through a little bit more. Like on the one side there is a button for lights, the other one there's an emergency button in case anything goes wrong. So you put some earplugs in, get into the pod. Like I said, you're in the raw for this one. Close the lid, and then you turn the lights off, and then you can still see a bit of light coming from the room, but once the lighting in the room shuts off, you are literally in pitch black, to the point where my eyes open and my eyes closed, I could not tell the difference. Like, it was that dark. If I put my hand in front of my face, I honestly couldn't figure out where exactly my hand was, aside from the fact that I knew where it was, but I couldn't even see any frame of reference or even doing this, any motion from it. So you are in pure black. It's instant floating. Like, I've never really floated in Epsom salt water like that. But yeah, because there's so much salt, you become instantly buoyant, which becomes a pretty hard thing on itself because you're not expecting to be that buoyant. So the hardest part for me was actually trying to like let my head sit back properly. I had a lot of problem holding my neck up and realized my traps were hurting a little bit. My neck was starting to get stiff. But I'd say the first 20 minutes and half an hour was basically just feeling my body kind of relax. I could feel tension in my back release and stuff like that. I could feel like where my vertebrae were tight. And just kind of like letting my body just stretching out. And then once like I said, I got out to put some Vaseline on the cut of my arm, and I'll be honest, I opened the lid and I could feel the kind of cooler air outside the room. I'm like, I don't really want to get out of here. I'm really, really comfy in here. So I got out, put the Vaseline on, climbed back in. So I didn't really look at the clock because I didn't really want to know how much longer I had, but I figured I still had probably about an hour by that point. So I get back in, I started to lay there, and I knew I was having trouble trying to like kind of shut my brain off because this only really works if you kind of let it work. And my brain was kind of active, so I was trying to kind of let myself fall asleep a little bit to a certain extent. And then once I did that, I definitely had a unique experience. I felt like I was kind of like reliving old memories, like nothing significant, like small memories, like trying to have a conversation where to go for dinner, sort of thing, like just minor things. And then I felt like I was kind of like just seeing movie scenes. Only realized that I've never seen that movie, and that movie doesn't actually exist. But considering I'm a person that I do love movies, that one kind of makes sense to me. And so it was a very good experience. After a while, I definitely lost track of time. Like, after a while, I felt like I'd been in there for weeks, but in a good way. Like, I could just kind of float on forever. And then it's kind of nice because the music starts back up nice and lightly in the pod, and it kind of lets you know it's time to kind of get out. And then you can turn the lights on and get up in your own pace and wash off. I got out and then got out and dried off and everything, and showered. Went out to the front room because I was the first one of my friends out. And so Zach was actually really good. Me and Zach sat down for a while and kind of discussed my experience. And then as the other guys came out, we all started talking about our experiences together. And I had some fresh kombucha they have on tap there, which I highly recommend. If you go Florida Tranquility Float Spa, try the kombucha afterwards. Like, it is just the right thing after you got out or something like that. But yeah, like I said, like everything about the experience at Tranquility Float Spa was awesome. Like, Zach was really awesome to us. The pods were amazing, like just everything set up, like the scenery, like the music, the lighting. Like I honestly can't think of a single flaw I have with this place. Everything about it was just perfect in the exact way you'd want it to be for something like this. And like I said, one of the biggest things is that the fact that like Zach knows so much about this stuff, and so he knows how to make sure you have the best experience possible. So I'm gonna add the name of the Facebook page on the description of the video if you're interested in looking more into it. But I highly recommend it if you're ever in the Lethbridge area, or make the trip and go to Lethbridge and check out Tranquility Float Spa. You're not gonna regret it. It's an awesome time. Anyways, this is the Hebrew Hulk, and remember, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And I'll tell you, float spas may not challenge you, but they can certainly change you.